Hi guys, and good afternoon, creeps. Hi guys and creeps. Okay, so I'm at the laundromat, but I'm in the back of the laundromat. Sorry for the it's not very good. Um but I wanted to get this story out of the way. Wanted to get the story out of the way out of the way about what happened with Ash. A lot of people ask me why is Ash with her grandmother and not with me. And I'll just tell you what happened. I'll make the story under 15 minutes if I can. Well, as you know, if you been following my videos, you know that I had a very bad relationship with the person that I was living with at the trailer park that I was living at for almost half a decade. So finally, I had had enough of fighting back and forth with this person. And I just walked away from where I used to live and just turned my back on it and went to go stay at a motel on Lake Parker called the Paramount. So what happened was, it's a rundown crack motel with prostitution and drug addicts and homeless people running in and out. It was very cheap. It advertises itself as $630. Hey, Foghorn. It advertises itself as $650 per month, but with tax, comes out to about $735. Yeah, my mother lived with me. It was my place. She lived with me, not the other way around. Okay, I'm somebody in the live chat. So anyway, so what happened was when I had booked the motel room that we were in, it was actually nice on the inside. It was tile floors. It was on the lake. Some barbecue grills out in the back. It was actually close to the McDonald's, Arby's, Steak and Shake, Family Dollar, several different beauty supply stores, Tapatinos, two different laundromats. It was, on the lake, like I said. Some people had lake views. Back in its better days, it used to be a Holiday Inn, and then whoever this person was that bought it as the Paramount. So it was, if you know Lakeland, Florida, Polk County, it's where all the homeless people be at by the McDonald's across from that. So when and I felt fortunate to get the room because I was feeling so fortunate that I didn't, hey Jade, I was feeling so fortunate that I wasn't homeless. First night on the streets, we were homeless until I had got some money at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And we were rotating. We had stayed in the laundromat till 11 o'clock. That's when they closed and put us out. Then we stayed at that liquor store where all the homeless be at. They actually let me stay inside the liquor store because I had a child. Stayed there till about 2 o'clock. Jade, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna stop the conversation that I'm having with people. Okay, so anyway, when I had got the room, I was really happy because I was, when we were homeless for that first one night. We were homeless literally, and it was cold outside that night. And her nose was running, my nose was running. When we got inside that room, we took a bath together, and we got in the bed together, and we went to sleep pretty much instantly. It was a nice warm room, hot water. People say they don't have hot water, but they got hot water. The one that I was staying at after we got kicked out didn't have no hot water. It was hard to take baths in cold water at that Roach Motel that I was staying at afterwards. But anyway, what happened was, I laugh about this sometimes. Okay, not about what happened at the Paramount, but at the crack motel that I ended up at after the Paramount. Okay, so this camera went off. I don't know. I really don't know where I'm at in the video. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with this video. Okay, so let me just continue because it seemed like I got disconnected for a minute. Yeah, I came back. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, okay, so I signed this contract when I had moved in that if there was any noise disturbances or anything like that, or any complaints, then I would be kicked out. What was huh? My dryer stopped? Okay, here I come. Okay. So, hold on, let me see. Okay, hold on. He said my dryer stopped and he asking me to come get my stuff. This is gonna be a messy video. Oh, hold on. I just wanted to give you guys a change of scenery. Just to change your scenery. Hold on, let me see. Oh. Hold on, let me see. See something. I'm just waiting to talk so I can make sure I sit down comfortably. Okay, let me just sit down first. Oh. Okay, so thank you, L. Hinkins. Thank you, L. Hinkins. I got nice hair up under this wig. Okay, so what happened was, okay, so I had signed the contract that if I make a noise disturbance, let me tell you something. When you are like in those homeless hotels where it's a lot of transients and stuff, if you see something that says monthly rates available, that means that they want transients to stay there. And it was some older gentleman that was staying there for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And then it was, and then it's people that's in between houses. Then it's, all kinds of different other transients, drug addicts, prostitutes turning tricks, and all kinds of stuff like that. Well, when you are in there with a child, it's very, very sensitive, because if a child is crying, they could complain about that, and that's listed as a noise disturbance. So, no, Jade, I don't turn tricks. I'm not Nina Unrated or whoever. I'm not those people. I don't turn tricks. So anyway, what happened was Ash was screaming and crying. She's too old for that. She's 4 going on 5 years old, and it was hard for me to control her. She was used to, having the trailer park where she could just run out and play. And it was like in a, if you know Lakeland, where, it's the, we call them the memorials. If you know that area where the homeless are, It's not safe. It was one time I had taken Ash out to Lake Parker, and we were coming out of the hotel, and there was this girl on a bike, some stupid black bitch, and she sees us walking, and she says, "Hey, get that baby out that motel. Get that baby out that motel. You shouldn't be in there with that baby." And I'm like, thinking to myself, why don't she just mind her goddamn business? Because, it's none of her fucking business. But it was that type of person. Okay. Okay, thank you, Breezy. Breezy, I'm so used to Jade. I'm trying to tell the story. This video is all fucked up because it cut off on me in the middle of a conversation. I'm not going to re-upload this. So what happened was, and I'm really tired, guys. I'm always tired. I'm trying to get my strength back. I'm always sleepy and tired. Okay, so what happened was hold on, let me get my train of thought. I'm reading something from somebody. Okay, so what happened was Ash was screaming and crying to get out the room. She was screaming and crying. She was out of control. She was banging stuff. She was yelling, and I was really freaking out. I was hard at work trying to do something on the computer, trying to find us a place to live. And I was really kind of losing my patience. I'm a human being, but she was out of control. She literally was. It was just, okay, so the computer was towards the window. And the window was open, like you couldn't open the windows up, but it was like some blinds. And I had my computer facing the window. So what she said was, "Mommy, let me go outside." And I didn't decline because I was busy. And I was scared that somebody was going to be mad at us for all the noise disturbance. It was relatively quiet that day, and she was the only one just screaming and yelling and banging things. And I had enough, and when she asked me could she go outside, I opened the door and said, "Okay, here you go." And she just ran out. I knew that I could keep an eye on her running back and forth, which is what she was doing at first. I was on the computer and she was just running back and forth, screaming and yelling. She was so fucking out of control. I just hope for the best. Because it was like literally I had lost control of the situation. But I was so frustrated with the work I was doing on my computer. Suddenly Ash went missing. And I thought that she was next door. It was a nice man that was next door. But I knew that Ash, had done that before. And she's very smart. She knows how to come back to the door and knock. I was concerned, but not overly concerned, because I felt like if I leave the room and she knocks on the door and I'm gone, then I'm going to really have a fucked up problem, because we both going to be looking for each other. So I figured just sit tight, and she'll knock on the door when she finishes playing, because she's probably at the lake somewhere playing. I didn't realize that somebody had grabbed Ash and had taken her to the management office. And when they had grabbed Ash, instead of knocking back on the door and saying, "Hey, here's your daughter," they just took Ash and called the police and said that I had locked the child out of the door. Well, next thing I know, 4 police cars came in an ambulance. They started banging on the door. I didn't want to open it because I was like, what the fuck? Who called the police? Finally, they kicked the door in, busted down, and just threw me to the ground and grabbed me and slung me into the back of the police car. They put Ash in another police car and drove her off first. And then they put me in the back of the police car, and, of course, the rest is history. They called her bitch grandmother and told her to come pick her up at the police department. They sent me to one of those Baker Act facilities to stand before the judge, of course. CPS came and visited me in the fucking lockup. It was a horrible situation, but I knew it was gonna happen, because trying to have a child at a crack motel I had already knew that that was going to happen. I just didn't know how. But I was hoping that it wasn't. You know, I always think to myself, hope for the best and plan for the worst. But the way Ash acts, you know, she was just literally out of control. But you know, my niece M had done that before in Detroit City. My niece, when she was like 3 years old, she used to have a tendency of walking out the house. She had done that a couple of times, and both times a neighbor would bring her to the house and tell my brother that his daughter was walking around with her diaper on outside. Now, if somebody could do that in raggedy ass Detroit, she had done that twice, and nobody called the police in Detroit. She had done that twice, and my brother had finally just put a couch up to the door so she could stop opening it up and running out. My niece had done that 2 times that I know of. Probably not less than that, because he, you know, started blocking the door so she can't get out. But what I'm trying to say, I'm not crying, guys. I'm just tired. That's why my eyes, I look tired. I'm exhausted. I've been working and doing other things and washing clothes and everything else that I need to do. But you know, the thing is that, you know, if somebody knew that my daughter was outside, all they had to do was knock on the fucking door and tell me, hey, here's your daughter. Or the management office could have came to me and said, hey, you breaking the rules. I'm going to give you a warning. Here's your daughter. You got to keep her inside the room with you. They could have simply given me a warning. I mean, why? You know, we live in a culture today where people are so quick to call the police on somebody. I mean, they're just so quick to do it, and they're just so evil and mean about it. There's so many other ways that you could handle a problem without wrecking somebody's life by calling the police. You know, let me address Jade. I was supervising my child. I was watching her out the window. Somebody grabbed her and took her to the management office and called the cops. She was fine, perfectly fine the way she was. She was just running back and forth on the porch. That's all it was. You know, but we live in a culture where somebody is always so quick to do that 9/11 on the next motherfucker. They're just so quick. They're just so quick to do that. And they get such pleasure out of watching you get fucked up by the police. You know what, Naomi Lamb? I don't know who Jade is. I feel that Jade, whoever Jade is, this person that's stalking and harassing this channel, I'll tell you some stories about, I did catch the real identity of some of these trolls. And I you know, when somebody is stalking and harassing, usually it's somebody that knows you, it's somebody close to you. I don't know if it is the old bitch that's stalking and harassing as the Jade. I don't know who the fuck Jade is, but all she does is troll. She's just a trolling bitch. That's all she is. I don't know who she really is, but one day I'll probably find out exactly who she is. Let me ask you something, Jade. If I saw you on the corner in New York, you claim to be in New York, let me ask you, who the fuck would throw a punch first? Do you think I would bust you in your motherfucking mouth, or do you think you would fuck me up first? Or how about this, Jade? Instead of us getting violent with each other, if we do run across each other, why don't we just go to IHOP in Lower Manhattan? That's my stumping grounds. Why don't we just meet at IHOP? And tell me, Jade, what would you order? Tea or coffee, bitch? I really want to know, Jade. What type of bitch are you? A tea or coffee drinking bitch? Jade, bitch, why all of a sudden you get quiet? Tea or coffee, bitch? Which one? Okay, so she's not even gonna answer. I kind of figured that. But anyway, if I was to meet this fucking Jade, I wouldn't throw a punch on you, because I would rather sit down at IHOP to see what you're gonna order, tea or coffee. and then we can converse and discuss why you feel like you okay, so somebody said they're a tea kind of motherfucker. Okay, well, I will order an iced coffee, I'm an iced coffee type bitch. Actually, Jade, I wouldn't throw a punch on you. You're not worth my time. Why don't we just sit down and talk at the IHOP if we ever run across each other? That way, Jade, there wouldn't be any fines or citations or lockups for either of us. And I'm surprised, Jade, bitch, that you're not constantly talking about Wyatt or Anderson. Usually she's in here badgering me about Wyatt or Anderson. Seems like she wants to meet me. It seems like she's always trying to get at me for something. But anyway, let me just get back into the conversation. Yeah, we live in a society where, you know, people are just so quick to run and grab that fucking phone and 9/11 the next motherfucker. That fucking stupidity caused me so much drama and stupidity pain. When all somebody had to do was contact me, they could have called me and said, hey, we got your daughter at the management office, come pick her up. And then, as usual, Jade is there to talk about Wyatt. How predictable is Jade? Somebody thinks Jade is my bitch mother, but I don't think it's her. Seems like, because the bitch mother is obsessed with Ash. The bitch Jade is obsessed with Wyatt and Anderson. So I don't think it's the bitch mother that's Jade. But anyway, you know, it could have been so easy. It could have been so easy just to tell me, just to contact me. They could have called me. They had my number on file. They could have called me and said, hey, Miss C, can you come down to the office and pick your daughter up? I will give you one warning. You broke the rules. You made a noise disturbance with your daughter outside the room. You know, we'll give you a warning. Sign some little paperwork or something. Sign some little paperwork and some other little petty shit, and then, you know, just don't do it again. They call that a slap on the hand type warning type shit. I mean, or they could have just brought my daughter to the room, knocked on the door and said, hey, Miss C, keep your daughter, huh? Okay, let me go get the clothes. They could have contacted me and said, come get your daughter. I mean, that's it. That's it. It could have been easy. An easy thing to solve. Instead, they got to call 4 police cars and an ambulance and the CPS. Wow, that's some evil, dirty shit. That's so fucking evil. We live in an evil, hateful, fucked up society. We really do. So anyway, guys, I gotta go get my clothes. Live fiercely, love viciously, and remember, atheism is unstoppable. Bye, guys.